Pokemon Ultimate Adventures by Mikazuki. And those injuries, we have to get him to a hospital or he'll die. Maybe he'll also tell us about what did this to him.
And why go through all that trouble when you have answer right here?
Someone called down from the trees. What? Everybody looked up and saw somebody dressed in a red uniform with a Chinese sword hanging from his belt. He looked down at them from the tall trees. He wore a velvety red cape which carried a strange emblem, which looked like a sword wrapped in chains and surrounded by a ring of flames.
Who are you?
Brock stepped forwards.
What is matter to you, No Eyes?
Said the red-clad guy. He had a Chinese accent.
No Eyes?
Brock growled, and Ash jumped forwards and pushed Brock out of the way before someone got hurt.
It's important, so that we'll know whether you're a friend or foe,
said Ash.
Important? Nothing you heathens say is important,
said the man.
Huh?
They stared at him, and Ebby spoke up. Hey, you're not part of the Miss Signal gang or Team Rocket or something.
Only weak weaklings are part of Miss Signal gang and Team Rocket,
he sneered.
I no join stupid teams, even if life depends on it.
What? That's funny, because you must be from one of them, because you really don't look like a super fiend, said Ebby.
Super fiend? Not even close. That thing lying there is super fiend. I am not. My name is KNO2, the Red Kaiser. Super Fiend Clef was best challenged so far, but we want to complete testing. We need more challengers. You do nicely. What this?
He looked down at Ash. Ash looked at this Red Kaiser person. I don't know who this guy is, but he just reeks of bad guy. Red Kaiser didn't seem to have heard what he'd said.
You! Ash Ketchum! I recognize you! You are strongest in this area, and even fight super fiends! Lucky! Good test and food experiment for Kaiser Beast!
Red Kaiser jumped from the branch and shouted,
Kaiser Beast! Tyrannosaurus! Show yourself!
He then ran, disappearing into the darkness. What was his problem? Tracy sweat dropped. Kaiser Beast? Tyrannosaurus? What's that supposed to be? Ash crossed his arms, but his question was answered in just a few seconds. Out of the darkness, they could see two yellow glowing eyes staring at them. Then it emerged, a real monster. At first it was crawling, but then the gigantic creature stood up straight, half the height of the trees, so it was about 15 feet tall. It had a long tail, powerful-looking wings, and a scaly red body, the same thing as a Charizard. There were red spikes running down the creature's back, from the head to the end of the tail, and the arms were long and built with powerful muscles. The face was similar to a Charizard's, but the mouth had more fangs, and a lot sharper, and it definitely had more firepower than Charizard could ever have. The flame on its tail was huge and blazing with yellow and white flames. There it stood, the Kaiser Beast, Tyrannosaurus. So this is what he meant when he said Kaiser Beast. This is the monster that's been attacking the trainers, Brock gulped. I've never seen a Pokemon like this, Misty trembled. I don't really know if this is a Pokemon. Ebby didn't move. He was petrified. Whatever this thing is, it's dangerous. Tracy stared at the thing, trying not to faint. And I wanted to fight this thing. I brought this upon myself. Ash sweat dropped nervously. It was a miracle he hadn't just run away at the sight of the Kaiser Beast. Tyrannosaurus raised its arm and stretched the claws on each of its fingers. Ash had seen this attack done by Pokemon many times.
It's a slash attack! Break up!
Ash shouted. Everyone in the group jumped in a different direction. The Kaiser Beast slashed at them, but missed, and tore right through a tree trunk with its attack.
Ah! Pikachu! Thunder!
Ash yelled.
Pikachu!
Pikachu jumped up and shocked Tyrannosaurus. Electricity surged through the monster, but the attack did little to no damage. What the heck is this thing? Ebi yelled out. I know it has to be a Pokemon, but it just isn't. It's because the thing's not a Pokemon, Ash yelled, pulling out some more Pokeballs. Not a natural one anyway. Careful, Tracy yelled. Ash threw the Pokeballs. Thanks to the Pokedex override, I can use the lot of them, but using a ton of Pokemon in a single battle is hard even for a champion. With any luck, I might actually be able to use the ultimate technique today. Go! Ash released Bulbasaur, Bayleaf, Totodile, Squirtle, Charizard, Cyndaquil, Heracross, Noctowl, and Pidgeot. This is thick dead woods. Be careful with the flames, Charizard and Cyndaquil. Either way, defeat it now and learn about it later. Brock released Onix, Geodude, Crobat, and Pineco. Staryu! Starmie! Politoed! Corsola! Go! Misty released her 4 main fighters. 2 of my Pokemon are for searching Pokemon, and I may only have 1 decent fighter, but we need as many as we can get! Go! Tracy released Meryl, Venonat, and Scyther. Man, I've got to get a Pokemon, Ebi sighed. We don't know how strong this thing is, so be careful! Ash commanded his Pokemon. Use the same strategy we used on Tyranitar! Each one of Ash's Pokemon fired an attack at Tyrannosaurus. The Kaiser Beast stretched his wings forward and covered the front of his body, shielding his face and body from the attacks. The attacks left several marks on the wings, but didn't do much damage. Tyrannosaurus folded his wings as he straightened up and opened his mouth. From the mouth fired a Dragon Rage. Charizard countered it with Fire Blast attack, and both attacks exploded in the air. That was a Dragon Rage! Ebi explained. It's so powerful! Don't let him hit you! Totodile! Pikachu! Hydro Thunder! Charizard! Fire Blast! Use Solar Beam, Bulbasaur! Razor Leaf, Bayleaf! Hydro Pump him, Squirtle! Use Razor Wind, Pidgeot! You too, Noctowl! Ash then dropped to his knees and gasped for air. This is why I don't like using so many Pokemon at once, he sweat dropped. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that problem. Ice Pillar! Misty commanded. Both Staryu, Starmie, and Corsola combined their water guns, and Politoed used Blizzard. The pillar was extra large and heavier. Rock Slide! Brock commanded, and Onix and Geodude both used their attacks. Water Gun! Tracy yelled, and Meryl fired a jet of water. Tyrannosaurus opened his mouth and fired a wave of flames, overlapping and erasing all the attacks launched at him. That wasn't all. All the Pokemon, as well as the humans, bolted to the sides, away from the pillar of flames. The fire tore through the trees and burned everything to ashes. Ah! Ash exclaimed as the fire burned everything in its path. Damn it! I did all that yelling for nothing! I can't believe it! Brock yelled. Incredible! Its flames are hot enough to burn up anything and reduce them to ashes instantly. At least that way the flames won't spread, but that means it'll be even more dangerous to us! Exclaimed Debbie. Tyrannosaurus growled and opened its mouth again to launch flames, but Charizard swooped forwards and slashed Tyrannosaurus in the face before it could do anything, stopping the attack. All the water Pokemon then fired their water attacks straight into Tyrannosaurus's mouth, right down its throat, dealing damage as well as causing it to choke and give the opening for another round of attacks. Quick, Squirtle! Hit the tail flame with everything you've got! Ash pointed at the tail flame. Squirtle shot a Hydro Pump straight at it, but the flame flickered and weakened a little. For any Pokemon of the Char family, the size of its tail determines the firepower and a sign of life. If we eliminate the flame, it might be strong enough to survive, but too weak to fight until the flame is rekindled. Tyrannosaurus growled, enraged that they had tried to attack his flame. The Kaiser Beast charged forwards. Split up! Misty shouted. The group barely missed the Kaiser Beast's stomp attack. Usually that move wouldn't be that dangerous, but against a 15-foot-tall dinosaur that looked heavier than a Snorlax, the move could be lethal. His range attacks are strong and fast, but something that specializes at range combat doesn't do nearly as well at close fighting. His melee fighting's slow, so get in there close and personal, and kick his butt! Skull Bash! Takedown! Slash! Sky Attack! Pikachu and Squirtle soared through the air, ready to slam into the Kaiser Beast with their heads, but with his wing on the left, he slapped Pikachu and Squirtle out of the air. Bulbasaur, Bayleaf, and Cyndaquil dashed forwards, also attempting to tackle him, but he smacked the plant Pokemon with his tail. Charizard and Totodile bolted forwards and took a swipe at the Kaiser Beast, but Tyrannosaurus struck first and slashed both of them. Noctowl and Pidgeot shot through the air at a rapid speed, but Tyrannosaurus flapped his wings, creating a wind strong enough to slow them down and give him the opportunity to slam them to the ground. Ash's strongest fighters were sent flying with one hit each.
No go! The thing's too strong to fight up close and too powerful to hurt from afar!
Ash yelled.